Hello and Happy New Year, everyone. With winter starting and new school schedules beginning, I thought it would be a good idea to just kind of talk about how to stay focused during the winter, because a lot of people do struggle with seasonal depression, and also just it's harder, I think, to get motivated to get things done during this time of year where the holiday season is over. So I'm going to cover 3 things in this video. First, how to prevent burnout in general. Second, how to stick to your New Year's resolution. And then also just how to enjoy your winter more. And hopefully this will help you to be able to focus and get a good start to whatever projects and work you're doing in 2022. So for preventing burnout, these first 2 tips apply to people who live in regions like Maine, where there's no sun during the winter, and it sets super early, rises a bit later, and because of this it's harder to get motivated just with the lack of vitamin D. So my first recommendation would be to try to get a sleeping schedule so that you're up and doing things during those hours that the sun is out, and optimize the sunlight if you can. When you are indoors doing work, try to stick near a window to get that added sunlight. Also, if you are lacking still with vitamin D, you should take a supplement just to help to boost that, but only if you are lacking vitamin D. You should make some sort of plans to look forward to during the winter. So if you're financially capable, you could make travel plans. That could be, flying somewhere or just camping 20 minutes away from your house, depending on what you want to do and what you have time for, what you're capable of doing. When you have something to look forward to while doing this work in the winter, it really helps to keep you motivated. Find a way to make each day different so that they're not all blurring together. If you do the same thing every single day, you're going to feel like the winter is just one mass of 3 months that's the same exact thing. So try to find a way to shake up each day. Go for daily walks just to get more vitamin D, get some fresh air, and just to get out of your workspace. I feel like there are less social gatherings during the winter, so if you are kind of needing that interaction with other people, you should correspond with someone. So whether that's through calling a relative or a friend, even just writing letters to people. And then especially keep your room clean. And the reason it's more important in the winter than in the summer is because you're going to spend more time in your living space during the winter than you are during the summer. So it's really important to keep that clean so that you can keep your head clear and you'll be able to focus more on your work as you stay in that living space. And then finally, set goals for yourself. And this really leads into the next part of the video, which is keeping your New Year's resolution. Probably a couple of days ago, you might have made a New Year's resolution. So some of the best ways you can actually keep that resolution is by, first of all, doing it with friends. If you can't get anyone to do it with you, you could also just set up a competition. So have bets on who's going to stick to their resolution the longest, or put money into a pool and whoever does it the longest gets to win the money. I don't know, but adding some element of competition in there can help you to stick to it and even feel accountability through that competition. But if you don't want the competition aspect, but you still want the accountability aspect, you could just tell people about your resolution, because telling people makes you feel ashamed if you haven't done it. So telling people that you want to do that is going to hold you to it. Also, make sure it's a fun resolution. Don't do it if it's making you miserable. Unless it's a resolution that you really want to do. You want long-term happiness from this. I think that making sure you are going to get that long-term happiness is key. Don't try sticking to a resolution if you just feel like it's making your mental health worse. Keep track of your tangible results by, writing out some sort of journal or bullet journal, even if you're feeling artistic, to keep track of, your results, to see your progress. So you could write down, make a calendar and then fill in the square for each day that you do your resolution, maybe rate how the day went. Just ways to kind of keep track of your progress can be really thrilling, which I guess that's kind of a lame use of the word thrilling, but it makes it a lot easier to stick to, I think. Also, don't hold yourself accountable 24/7. Let's say your new goal is to start practicing guitar every single day. If one day you don't practice guitar, you might tell yourself, oh, well, I've already screwed up the resolution now, so there's no point in continuing it anyway. If you allow yourself in the beginning to make those errors and to cut yourself some slack and skip some days, then you won't feel as compelled to just drop your resolution altogether if you miss a day. So remember that it's okay to do that, and you don't have to do it all the time, and not doing it all the time will help you to do it long term. Another important aspect is actually enjoying the wintertime, because I think that if you want to focus on your schoolwork and your resolution and, kind of make that progress, if you're just wishing for summer, then you're just going to still be kind of not having fun the whole winter, and I think it's important to almost have an appreciation for that. And I might be biased just because I love the season of winter, so I'm like, okay, I want more people to love winter. If you're a summer person, though, there are definite benefits from enjoying winter more, because it can ultimately make you happier during the winter, which will in turn make you more focused, and you'll be able to do your schoolwork and just work in general better. There are typically less social obligations during the winter because, there's no barbecues, that sort of thing, beach days. This is, I guess, if you live in a colder region. Sorry to all the people that live in southern regions where the seasons don't really change, because this is totally applying to wintry, cold areas. Because there are less social obligations in these cold areas, it's kind of the chance to pursue a personal thing. So if there is a hobby that you've been wanting to work on, try doing that during the winter so that it's not complete, indoors, not doing anything time of your life. You can still do a lot, even if it's not getting out into the world like you might during the summer. So write down a list of everything that you want to get done. That could be as simple as errands, something you have to do once a year, like maybe checking your smoke detectors, although I think you have to do that twice a year maybe. But errands like checking your smoke detectors, do that during the winter. And it helps to just give you this sense of accomplishment during the winter, which is a bit harder to achieve when we are indoors more often. Another thing though about being indoors more often is inevitably we have more screen time. And I find myself all the time, like if I'm not doing anything, just clicking on an app and scrolling through it. So this is one thing I want to work on for myself as well. But I think that you can also just feel a lot more focused if you don't keep going down that rabbit hole, because not only will it give you more time if you don't go down the rabbit hole of screen time, but at least for me, I just feel like it's not the best thing for how motivated I feel. So keeping that in moderation, whether through an app on your phone that limits your time or just moderating yourself, can be a good way to stay focused this winter. Read a winter-related book. I don't know how much this will have to do with focus, but at least for me, I feel like I've spent my day a little bit better if I read a book rather than watch a movie or something. I don't know if this really has anything to do with being focused, but reading a winter-related book was just a fun thing to put on this list. So, for example, Leo Tolstoy, Anna. I haven't read that, I just know it's set during winter. Same with Murder on the Orient Express, haven't read that, but it's set during winter, I think. But A Song of Ice and Fire, that's very cold feeling, winter is coming, typical motto. But reading something along those lines can get you into the mood and help you enjoy winter more, which, again, will help you to stay focused more. And then again, if you do live in a snowy area, do something you can only do during the winter, because it's going to be months before you can do it again. So maybe go sledding, go skiing, snowboarding, build a snow fort. I think that can really help with happiness during winter. That sounds corny, but I think it's true. So these are the top ways that you can try to boost your focus during the winter. I know it's like a darker time of year, and a lot of people, especially at my college, have a harder time with this quarter coming up just because it is the winter quarter. So best of luck to everyone with your work, New Year's resolutions, and school and everything, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your week.